you ain't gonna outrun me. You ain't gonna outrun me. Run now, gotta run on. Keep on running till the sun goes down. You ain't gonna outrun me. Run now, Lord, gotta run on. Keep on running till the sun goes down. Run now, Lord, gotta run on. Run all day till you can't be down. You can outrun the devil, but you ain't gonna outrun me.
As we enter the final run here in Baqueirat, we've had a fabulous couple of days here in the European Cup. I cannot lie to you. The Stadium de Beret has certainly provided a test for the European Cup's finest skiers, and this is the final run of them all here. A course length of 700 meters. Gate 72, 69 turns this afternoon in a course that's taking almost a minute to complete. The wind is also up by the looks of things as well. The highest winds that we have seen over the past couple of days, 19 kilometers an hour. We are in for some show here in this second run as we meet the competition jury for the second time this week. A fine job they've done alongside the organisers as well, who have been putting this piece together since early January. Well, earlier on today in the opening run, we saw Anton Azalin go in to third place. Fantastic run. He's 8700ths off of the pace. Matej Kanin's second place yesterday. He's looking to go one better today, but in his way is the overall slalom leader and somebody who podiumed yesterday, Oscar Sandvik, bib number 1, the yellow bib, for being the leader of this European Cup. Looks unstoppable. Look at the view. This really is a fabulous place to do your skiing. As we look at the top 30 in reverse order here for the second run. Some good skiing from Louis Mullen-Schult, up from bib number 53 to start 10th in this second run. Joachim Salaric is the hometown hero. He was second quickest in the second run yesterday. But then also Simon Ruland starts 15 today, having won yesterday. He's 2 seconds just over off the pace at the moment. Then we see the big hitters, Pohjolainen looking for another podium, Azalin, Kanins and Sandvik, who are all paving the way today before starters 31 onwards will compete for points in the top 30. The winner today will take 100 points with them, and if Sandvik does win today and puts another 100 points to his name, he will move very close to Felix Hacker at the top of the overall standings. Well, tally-ho, the producers, Urban Simčić, the race director in this windy Baqueirat. Maybe the toughest conditions we've seen as of yet. A bluebird day yesterday in a resort that offers us so much powder skiing. It really is Spain's best kept secret. But it's going to be Baptiste Sambui that gets us underway in this second run, and it's an early finish for him. Disappointment for him. You can see in his reaction straight away the disappointment in an early straddle, and that is game, set, and match for him. Unfortunately, it's going to be tough out there. We know that. This is the second day of action here. Simon Fournier from Canada is next out of the start gate. 29th in that first run in the wind here in Baqueirat. Can he get off to a good run and try and improve some of his standings? We saw yesterday the likes of Gustav Wisting really improve in a second run and get himself to a place just outside of the podium Fournier is going to be setting the tone here in the second run. 28th position in the first, or 29th position in the first run, 28th position yesterday for the Canadian skier. And there's some very good skiing as well. He's got the clear track in front of him. No rut lines as of yet that will become part of this course as more skiers descend. Fournier skied so much around the world. He's won national cups last year in Possa di Fassa in Italy. Back-to-back victories there as he finishes 2 minutes 49 seconds is the time to beat. Rasmus Baqueirat, 20 years old, still in the infancy of his career. Just a third slalom start for him here today. 2 podiums in GS, but he's gone as well. Is this a sign of things to come in difficult conditions? 2 from the top 3 yet. DNFing. Okay, expect some noise from the home fans. Nguru Gore Fernandez, fabulous skiing in that opening run. He's 26 years of age. He's podiumed on the South American Cup. We haven't seen him podium yet on the Europa Cup. Could this be a day where he really does put the cat amongst the pigeons here in this second run? He's 1600s off the pace at the moment, so he needs to find a little bit of speed. There's some smooth turns coming. As you can hear, so many fans and the organisers giving the Spaniard as much as possible. There's a couple of loose turns in there, though, from Gore Fernandez, who was the second quickest in Sector 1 and Sector 2. So he's losing time on Fournier. And you can see it just in the speed of the turns that he hasn't quite got the speed that we saw from Fournier moments ago. Where he's going to complete the run, and it looks like he will go in to second place. They're all shouting over the line, and he's given absolutely everything he's got there. He's 6900s behind as it stands. Interesting to get the reaction of it being really weird from Gore Fernandez down at the bottom of the slope. Riccardo Allegrini, 26th place after run 1. He's got a 1400s head start into run 2, which it's nice to have a head start, but it's not much, and one mistake certainly could be costly. A little bit onto the brakes there. He's quick onto the edges again, though, as he looks to try and maintain some speed through Sector 2. He has maintained the speed, and he is in the green. Some really good skiing. You see the separation in the legs, and very strong in the legs, but there is a mistake there. There's a little bit of sliding from the tail of the ski. But he's found speed again. This is great skiing. He's come out aggressively. Allegrini here, and he's heading towards top spot at the moment. Can he hold on to it is the question. He's got a few more gates to see if he's still in the green here. Do we have a new leader? Yes, we do, by 0.61 as well. 18th start today in the European Cup. Could this be a first podium? Allegrini leading the way at the moment. Alessandro Pizio, somebody who made his way all the way up from bib 57 this morning. One of the biggest climbers, and he's found himself 1900s up as well. We might see the lead toss and turn like we did yesterday in these early stages before the leaders of run 1 make their second entrance a little bit later on. Pizio, 1900s up and looking smooth over the line. We have a new leader. It's an Italian 1-2 with Pizio in front, and Pellegrini in second. The wind howling here in Baqueirat. 700ths of a second head start for Edoardo Sirocco. Could we have an Italian podium for the moment? The 21-year-old DNF yesterday certainly finding his skis and his turns today. Took a 6th in Berchtesgaden last time out. Kronplatz before is finding some good form on the National Cup. He's still in the green, and 1400s is the difference at the moment. This is looking incredibly good, and the 3 Italians have certainly staked their claim for improving their position on the leaderboard in this second run over the finish line, and it's an absolutely huge lead for Sirocco at the moment. Italy have the top 3 spots as it stands. Adam Hofstede, 400ths of a second. That's absolutely nothing for a head start for the 22-year-old out of Karlstad Slalom Club. But he's found 1500ths in Sector 3, and this is for the lead to change for a 4th time in a row. This is absolutely superb skiing. Early days in this second run from Baqueirat. The organising committee have done such a phenomenal job getting the Europa Cup back on Spanish snow. Hofstede's just outside in the red in this first European Cup held in Spain since 2018. Hofstede's into second. Moritz Zudrau has lost his advantage in the opening sector. And that's just been, the deficit's just been increased for the Austrian here. Louis Mullen-Schultz going next from Australia. 600ths of a second was the difference at the start, but it's going to be Edoardo Sirocco, you would think, who still leads at the end of this run. It certainly is. Zudrau goes in to 5th position. Another huge mover and shaker from the first run. Louis Mullen-Schultz was racing bib number 53, and he's got himself into the top 25 in that first run, and it means that he's skiing incredibly well, and his confidence has just carried over. He's had his fair share of DNFs and DNQs as of late, but he certainly has the talent, and he certainly is skiing so well today. He's well within the green at the moment, Mullen-Schultz, and it looks like we might just have a new leader again. It's Sirocco's time that he needs to beat, and he's 0.27 in front of that, the Aussie. Simon Malberger, someone who we spoke about having all of that experience in World Cups, World Championships. This is start number 64 in the European Cup. He's lost his advantage already. His last podium was all the way back in 2019, and he's going to have to ski his boots off to try and take top spot away from the Australian Mullen-Schultz at the moment. Malberger heading towards the finish line. It might not be first place, but it will be 3rd. Well, the Australian, the quickest in run 2 at the moment, is the second quickest from run 2 yesterday. Joachim Salaric makes his entrance into this second run. Somebody we know who can really bring it. He's got 1500ths of a second of a head start on Mullen-Schultz. But it's good skiing out of the traps to extend that lead. And yesterday he was absolutely superb in that second run. Second place behind Simon Ruland by 3700ths, but he's 3500ths up now after the second sector. He's skiing incredibly well, and the Spanish will start to get incredibly excited, and they will be worth a few hundreds of a second for Salaric here in this second run as he looks to do what he did yesterday, and that is stake a claim for a higher position. Wow, 42 hundredths of an advantage. Lightning striking twice in Baqueirat. Salaric leading from Mullen Schultz, and another big hitter, Eric Reed from Canada. Starts 700s up, but now he's 600s down at the moment. The Winter Olympian. This is start 14 for him in slalom skiing in the European Cup. He's 200ths of a second up. He is fighting this course, and he is fighting the time of Salaric in these early stages. Absolutely enthralling stuff here from Baqueirat early doors. Is it going to be the Canadian looking for his first podium in the European Cup when it comes to slalom skiing today, who takes top spot, or is it going to be Salaric? It's Salaric by 1500ths. This is a sensational day of skiing, Colorado Baqueirat. We know what Baqueirat is all about in the European Cup. He's had his one podium this season already, a second place in Berchtesgaden, and all of that advantage. He's lost 2800s on Salaric, and this is exactly what happened yesterday. Salaric put down a colossal second run, and then everybody else was left trying to catch him. He's the quickest at Salaric in run 2 at the moment, but Baqueirat's lost a little bit of time on Salaric and the rest of the field, you think, here. And he's into place at the moment. 7th quickest run for run 2. Yesterday's winner, Simon Ruland, and that was his first win in European Cup skiing. He's increased that 2100s of a lead, and he's absolutely crushed the opening sector here. He's lost a little bit of time on Salaric, but he's still comfortable at the moment. Can't afford to make any mistakes, but this is incredibly smooth. Do we have another new leader at the moment? It's good from somebody who should be skiing with an incredible amount of confidence, and that is exactly what we're seeing today. He left it late yesterday for a brilliant second run, and he's done it again today. Ruin was the quickest in the second run yesterday. Salaric the second quickest in the second run yesterday, and that's exactly how it is at the moment. I think there's a DNF on Hans Graal Madsen, which brings Anton Tremmel, the German, bib 36. Incredible opening run to get to 14th position. He starts 100th of a second in front of the current leader, and that is absolutely nothing. Tremmel's got to carry on his fabulous skiing from this morning and see if he can move to the top. That's absolutely not ideal for him, losing 74 hundredths in that opening sector, but at the same time, he's still looking strong here. The 30-year-old from SC Rotterdam Erling has podiumed, but the last time was back in 2022. 4 podiums overall for him in Europa Cup skiing, but he's 1.26 off the pace at the moment. Hasn't quite got the same speed into these closing turns as we've seen from some of the big hitters early on. Still Ruland, Salaric, Reed. Louis Mollenschult is up 4 places as well. Kilian Plamstaller from Austria, 13th position in the opening run, but again, it's just shavings of advantages here between these skiers. Plamstaller still has to try and put down a second run quicker than the current Austrian leader. It could be an Austrian 1-2 at the moment, but Bramstaller still in touch, 1800s down. Skiing very nicely after a DNF in the opening run yesterday. Bouncing back and showing some real class here. His first European start was in 2021. A few laps of experience, but still looking for his first European Cup podium. Bramstaller towards the finish line, second position. Ruland, Bramstaller, Salaric, Eric Reed makes way out of the winner's enclosure. Mateus Itten is next, but he only has a 500th of a second head start on the rest of the field at the moment. Ruland absolutely doing the same thing as we saw yesterday, which is a blistering second run. And he's creating a habit of it, but this is a couple of mistakes have maybe just crept in from Mateus Itten at the moment. Let's see, 700ths of a second down after that first split. Ruland's second run still looking very good at the moment, as that mistake has been costly. Itten's lost a lot of speed in that second sector. .102 off of the lead after sector 2 on this long and windy run. Oh, he's gone over the back and into 10th position. It's getting a little bit blowy out here. There's our top three. Well, the Austrians seem to be having a good time, didn't they? Rightfully so, 1 and 2 at the moment. Well, just a short pause. August Olene, 1500s up after the opening run. As we start to get a very good read on what the podium may just look like. 11th after that first run for the man out of Ski Club at Moussi in France, still just 22. Oh, he's gone over the inside twice. He's really fighting his skis to get back on course, and he's managed to do so wonderfully well, but it is going to come at a premium for him. 20th position yesterday. It was looking a little bit better for him after run 1, but he might just be losing a fair amount of time. Sector 2 shows that he's 1.80 off the lead after those early mistakes towards the finish line. Arnett's had a good day in the office, and he's put down a run that he can be really pleased with, but he's going to be in 12th position for the time being. Windy at 2,000 meters. Sandro Simone. We talk about his experience skiing in World Championships. He's got 1600ths of a second head start. One victory on the European Cup, but his last podium was back in 2023. And somebody who could certainly ski his way in with a chance of a podium again today. But again, slow on the top section compared to the likes of Ruland. And he's got a bit of work to do. Ruland from Bramstaller, Salaric still in 3rd place. He's up 6 positions. So is Louis Molenschut already from the opening run. Sandro Simone, 0.86 behind. Currently would be good enough for 4th place if he can try and find some more speed in these finishing turns. Otherwise, he's going to have to be looking on the wrong side of 5th at the moment. The experienced Swiss skier over the finish line and in 9th position. Well, a big mover yesterday. Gustav Wisting was absolutely superb in that second run. And if he puts together another second run like we saw yesterday, he is going to be in a very good position. 0.25 in the green. And he's lost 600ths of a second in that second section. But he's still on the right side of things at the moment. Trying to pump for a little bit of speed here. Rulen will be watching closely, but as we saw, he slowed down a lot in Sector 2, and that's going to cost him somewhat dearly. He's had 6 starts on the World Cup. The one podium in Val de Fassa, the winner there. He knows he's got the speed in the skis, but he's in 7th position at the moment. A real good finish to the run from Wisting. Mario Glamshammer is 2900ths up at the start, but we know that can be leaked pretty quickly in these early turns, especially with how good Rulen was, and it's been leaked for sure. 24th position yesterday for Gramshammer in his 19th start on the European Cup. 19th quickest through Sector 1. 9th quickest through Sector 2. Getting better for Gramshammer as the run continues. Ruland is up 7 places now in first place. He's held that top spot again like we saw yesterday for what seems like forever. Ruland still in front. It's an Austria 1-2. Where will this land from Gramshammer to 18th position? It won't be an Austrian top 3. Oscar Hein, another Austrian, another youngster, a top 10 finish yesterday. Big step in the right direction for him. And just his 9th slalom start today has a 900th of a second advantage. That top 10 yesterday, his first top 10 on the European Cup in slalom skiing. And he's looking for another one here. Another one who will be skiing with the confidence gained from yesterday. No major errors so far. And he's in clear contention for the lead. Rulen 157.58. Heiner's had an absolutely perfect ski. And he's taken the lead by a 10th of a second, and it's an Austrian 1, 2, 3. 17th yesterday for Remsoy. 4 starts on the World Cup, 16 starts in slalom, 2 podiums, both in Levy at the beginning of the season. Since then, it's been a lot tougher for the Norwegian, but this is a big opportunity for him to take top spot, looking for podium number 3 of the season. And it could be short-lived in the top spot for Oscar Hein at the moment. Again, good skiing, but another error in that second sector, and there's a lot of time that's been lost, and it's going to be very difficult to make up now for Remsoy in these later sections. He's found a lot smoother rhythm, though, in these later turns. Remsoy's having a charge. Is it going to be close? Anywhere within a 10th of a second would get second, but he's over a second out in 6th. Well, Tommaso Saccardi is somebody else who's enjoying himself this season for sure. A victory in Levy all the way back in November, looking for his second European Cup podium today. And well, over half a second. He's found 500s on that top sector, but he's struggling now. And he straddled, and it's going to be heartbreak. It really is for Saccardi. A sixth yesterday and a DNF in the second run today. It's getting very interesting here, to say the least. Fourth place in the opening run for somebody with 2 podiums this season. Looking to improve his fortunes from yesterday. Jesper Pojajainen, he's gone in the opening few turns, and that is disappointing. Took a second place in Val d'Afasa, and he's just straddled the left or the right-hand turn. Well. Disappointing couple of days for Pojajainen. Then there were 3. Anton Azalin, someone in great form, just 21 years of age. 25 starts since slalom skiing, that 1 podium to his name, and he has a chance with 0.76 of a second head start. And to think that the leader from the opening run and the World Cup leader as well in Strandvik is currently over 0.6 of a second in front of this man here after the opening run. Azalin surely will take the green here. It's going to take a big mistake, but that green light is starting to dwindle a little bit. That makes it incredibly interesting into these final turns. How is this going to rank for the Frenchman? Will it be France at the top come the end of this run? It's been a good ski to stay in the green. Oscar Hein is currently in front, and he's behind Azalin. Too many mistakes on the second half of the course, struggling for speed, and potentially outside of the podium. Matteo Cannins from Italy had a fabulous week in the office, but can he do it again here today? Second place yesterday. He was so smooth, and he's got over a second advantage over Hein, who's made 5 positions, and he's gone. And all of a sudden, this second run from Oscar Hein is looking absolutely tremendous. Simon Rouland, who won yesterday, currently guaranteed back-to-back podiums. What a moment. Oscar Andreas Sandvik, the leader, wearing the yellow bib, as he's currently the leader overall in slalom skiing at the moment. A win today would be another 100 points for him, and he would close that gap in the overall rankings behind Felix Hacker. He has some lead over Hein at the moment, but we've seen that one mistake has been costly for previous skiers and podium makers yesterday. But at the moment, Sandvik is looking so calm on this course. A third yesterday for him, and he's looking for another podium today. But today he wants to top it. Well, he's lost 600ths of a second, but he's still so smooth. It's going to take a huge mistake in these final turns to stop Sandvik winning again and increasing his overall lead in Europa Cup slalom skiing, and he's done it by 1.43. It's an absolute clutch ski. Sandvik does it again on the European Cup, and he does it in style. Only his second victory this season after the win in Levy. But it's podium number 5 in European Cup slalom skiing.
Yeah, stay here because we have a flower ceremony, okay? Nice skiing, congrats.
Well, it's all about the Oscars at the top of the tree here in Baqueirat. And a great day also for Simon Rouland, who won yesterday. Azalin off of the podium. But my word, some big movers. Plamstaller up 8 places, Reed up 11, and Joachim Salaric takes the top 10, the 6th position, up 13 places, just like Rouland from that second run. We told you that it would be exciting. In this stunning resort of Baqueirat, Spain's best kept secret, they tell me, when it comes to skiing, as we get ready for the recognition ceremony here.
Well, best place today, and third place from Austria, Simon Roland.
Simon Roland, another podium, not top spot today, but third. That was his first win yesterday, and to leave here as he has is superb. But the first podium for Oscar Hein of his European Cup career. Superb performance. Oscar Sandvik, pretty chuffed, isn't he, with his second win of the season. It moves him up 100 points in the overall ranking for the European Cup, and it means that he is closing the gap on the overall leader, Felix Hacker. Big smiles all round. The second win for Sandvik. First time on the podium for Hein, very close to a win, but Sandvik reigns supreme. This consistency this season is the reason why he's leading the way. He's had 5 podiums now in the European Cup. Sandvik just a second victory here, as we know we have some more racing on the horizon. Second place, one that he will always remember, and one that he will also always remember. Just 20 years old, Oscar Sandvik, and a lot of the greats have developed through the European Cup. As Asher Jordan gets his run underway. Competing for points here in the European Cup now, as we know that first place gets 100 points, 30th place gets 1 point, 29th 2 points, 28th 3 points, 27th 4 points, etc. I won't bore you with every position, but it does mean that this is incredibly important as we head towards the 30 and above from the first run, battling it out to see where they can put their second run compared to the big hitters. There are 6 skiers not finishing that second run, so it should certainly make these skiers bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for some points. You've already seen that Baptiste Sambui and Rasmus Bakovic, Hans Glau Madsen, Tommaso Saccardi, Jasper Poyainen, and Mateo Cannons all not finishing their run. So Ashdun made his way up with that second run superbly up into tied 19th position with Riccardo Allegrini. Now let's see if Sylvester can really hammer it down till home. 3.29 off of the lead at the moment. Points for the top 30 here in Baqueirat. This is another good run from Sylvester. This could be another run that's improving. That's a huge improvement, up 14 places for Sylvester. Eisner. These higher bib numbers for the second run, certainly not suffering when it comes to speed, because Jordan and Sylvester have both made a little run up the leaderboard. Eisner at the moment 4.02 off, and well, let's think Beret at the moment from Spain is currently in 26th position, 5 seconds or so off of the lead. Well, Gabin Michel on the top of your screen. 26 for Eisner. We'll see how that fares at the back end of this second run in Baqueirat. Gabin Michel skiing some really nice early turns, just 20 years of age, and this is a second slalom start for him. He did make his debut on the European Cup in 2023. In France. Next up will be Jakob Grieber, who's won with a fairly decent bib number today as Michel leaves us with the DNF. Jakob Grieber, bib 17, he'll be wanting to try and fight a few of these places back from this morning, that's for sure. The Austrian also in the same boat as Michel. He misses a gate and he's done and dusted for this second run as well. So 2 DNFs in quick succession brings up the Swiss skier. Man with a lot of experience, Fadri Janutin, who's 25 years old from Obersaxon and former maker of a podium in a World Junior Championships. Oh, he's just over-rotating early on in those turns and losing a little bit of his speed, but this is a little bit more dynamic. He's got back into the swing of things here. Janutin. Split 1. He's lost at 72 hundredths. So he's just falling away from his time this morning. He's looking to get back to form. He took a 4th place finish in the giant slalom in Soldu just a few days ago, but on the slalom skis he would love to get amongst the points and just push for every 100th of a second in these last few turns. Austrian starting in the top right of your screen at Fabio Walsh. Janutin into 26th position in front of Eisner and Gray Fernandez. Let's see how that finishes up. Walsh from Austria. We have 55 skiers overall racing in this second run, and it'll be Gako Abrishami from Great Britain that will finish us off. So racing for 31 to 55th. Oh, almost going into a bit of a plough there, and the mistake certainly cost Fabio Walsh his second run. 24-year-old Axel Lindqvist. The One World Championship start to his name. This is start number 37 in slalom skiing, and he'd love to get back amongst the top 20 like he was in Val d'Ifasa earlier on in the season. But to do that, he's going to have to put pedal to the metal here in what's still fantastic racing conditions. This piste has been absolutely phenomenal. A lot of the skiers talking about it earlier on in the week after some practice runs, saying that the work that they've put in here hasn't gone unnoticed in Baqueirat. Remember, first time we've seen a World Cup here since 2018. That was in La Molina. As Sweden looking to make a charge into this top 30, which is a given at the moment should he finish, but he wants to try and give himself some insurance positions, and he's given himself a few insurance positions, Lindqvist, into 25th position. Theo Lopez was incredibly quick out the gates, but remember, start bib 77, going out 39th in the second run, means he did some extremely good work in that opening run. Can he carry it on here? He's the 13th quickest through sector 2 that we've seen in this second run, so I would take a gamble and say yes, we might see him improve a little bit here. Lopez is showing us that he can certainly mix it here as another French skier in Lagier starts at the top of the Stadium de Beret course. 28th for Lopez. Lagier bib 46 today. Very upright on the skis. Very smooth as well. Pizzato, Himmelsbach, Lucic, Senhofer, Zucchini, some good skiers coming our way in the next 5 minutes or so as these races 31 to 55 keep giving everything they've got for European Cup points in Baqueirat. Lagier losing 1800s in sector 3, but that's not bad at all for the 27-year-old. 31 starts in slalom skiing on the European Cup. Another one looking for his first podium. His first start was in 2016 in slalom skiing on the European Cup. 3.32 off of the pace for Stefano Pizzato. That's just been increased a little bit after sector 1, but no real mistakes from Stefano Pizzato, who was 31st yesterday in the slalom, but in Soldu had his best result of a 5th in the GS just on Tuesday. It's been an incredibly busy week for a lot of these technical skiers on the European Cup, but they keep giving it everything they got until the last turn. Is Pizzato going to move his way up the leaderboard? It looks like he might. This is a very good ski, and if he's well, it's a very good ski, up to 24th position in front of Glanshammer. Fabian Himmelsbach from Germany, starting 4.07 off of leaders at the moment, but 41st in this morning's run. We'll be just looking for some improvements, but we've seen there's some huge opportunities here for skiers ranked 31 to 45 or 50 this morning to edge their way back into the points. 4.76 at the moment would be outside the top 30. It's Theo Lopez that's hanging on to 30th position at the moment, as Tivo Lucic has started to conduct his run. 33rd for Himmelsbach as the Croatian, who skied very well on some national cups in his career, looking to turn it into some good fortune here in Baqueirat. over 6/10. Senhofer getting ready to go in the starting enclosure. Lucic still into a very good rhythm here, but still outside the top 30. 4.74 has got to be the time behind the lead if you want a top 30 spot at the moment. So he is just inside it, but it's going to be very tough for him to keep his speed and overtake Theo Lopez as into 33rd position. The German colours of Senhofer now. 11 or 12 left to go here in Baqueirat after 2 just sublime skiing days. The visibility better, I think, than this morning, but the wind has certainly increased. Doesn't matter if you miss the Sandvik, though, who's just put in a dominant display to win by almost 1.5 seconds over 2 runs today over Oscar Hein. First podium for the Austrian on the Europa Cup. Smooth. And this is looking very strong. Could this be in the top 30? Could we have some moving and shaking from Senhofer? We have a 19th place. It's absolutely clutch from Senhofer. We knew it was good, but 19th position is some effort. Zucchini bib 45. Let's see if he can be another one that can just hold on to this deficit here. Well, he's lost almost a second in that second sector, which could prove decisive here. 30th position held by Fadri Yanutin at the moment, but the likes of Asher Jordan making his way up, and others as well who started a little bit later on. Pizzato and Zucchini's into 33rd. It's been fascinating to see some of these late starters battle their way back into the points, so they don't leave here empty-handed from Baqueirat. Ulia. Saw him put some nice turns in earlier on, finished 45th though in that first run, and he's lost a fair amount of time at the moment. Doesn't look likely he's going to get into that top 30 unless he finds some speed. He hasn't found speed, he's lost speed in sector 2. And he's unfortunately gone. Well, the win already for Sandvik here in Baqueirat. And the biggest upset today so far is Marinus Senhofer working his way up to 19th position. It's Clement Taleret that's started his run from France, and see how this fares. 4.66 is already a little bit off of that bubble at the moment. Fadri Yanutin looking to try and pick up a single point from today, but still a lot of skiers who could certainly move their way in front of him at the moment. It's not going to be Ule, you'd think. It's not going to be Taleret. And as Sacha Demir Chambet starts, let's see, from 3.94 down. Demir Chambet, a little mistake. He's on 47th in the first run, just trying to bat his way, and he's gone over the inside, maybe just caught a little bit of a harder surface. And that's disappointing. Rete Michael from Switzerland trying to ski his way up from 47th position. 4.94 at the moment with the 34th position. So having to try and find some time here. Trying to secure points to finishes from 31st place to 55. As Mikkel's struggling for time here and speed over the line, 6.46. .13. Now, as it is, that would be good enough to get into the top 30 for Jasicek, but he's got to make sure he doesn't lose any more time on those above him, and he might have just done that, just collapsing a little bit onto the inside ski, but he's put in some nice turns, but now he's really trying to force the skis around, and again, nothing more frustrating than not finishing. William Saint-Germain, 50th this morning from bib 73. Elsie's done well to get amongst it in the second run here. Next up is Kunz, then Fuchs, then Curtis Knight from Canada before Dako Abrashami finishes off this second run, and hanging on there, the Canadian. Not easy now that 50 odd skiers have skied it before you have either. Florian Kunz, 4.78. Kunz, as he's gonna have to try and find some speed, but he's also straddled and he's done for the day, unfortunately. Pretty windy out there, isn't it? The conditions are good for racing. Then there are three. Giuliano Fuchs, the infancy of his European Cup career at 5.10 is the time he has to try and catch up, or he's trying to just work his way up the leaderboard. It's step by step here for these youngsters in the early stages of their development, just trying to improve their performance on the skis, dealing with the different pressures that come with skiing on a European Cup, and trying to improve everything. And if he can put down a second run here, that's a good start really from him. He's the 27th quickest in Sector 1 for this second run. He's the 26th quickest in Sector 2. So he certainly is improving run by run here, Giuliano Fuchs. And rightfully so, there's been some very good turns. Jesse Curtis Knight starts his run at the top. Very good 38th position for Fuchs, and that's a good second ski. He's up 14 positions. Well, two more skiers. One of those is Jesse Curtis Knight in your picture, 53rd this morning's first run, 6.26 off of lead at the moment. 30th position, you have to be within 4.57. That's Fadri Yanuntin, and unfortunately Curtis Knight's day comes to an end early. Dako Abrashami, the final skier here, 55th position in the opening run. Somebody's just also putting more laps of experience into his career as well. The 22-year-old, just a second start, his debut yesterday. So put 2 runs down yesterday, looking like smooth and comfortable to put a couple down here today. Some very good technique, finding a little bit of speed as well, but Nice skiing, Diako Abrashami. Well, it's been a good couple of days in the office for this man. Debut is out of the way, some good experience and some good skiing. And he's up to 40th. And that's a very good weekend. Not in the points, but can leave happy. So that's us done and dusted here on a windy Baqueirat Friday, as Sandvik takes his second victory on the European Cup, his second of the season and the 5th podium overall. He's the leader of slalom skiing at the moment. Heiner in second. Ruland takes his second podium in 2 days after his first victory yesterday. As we have a look at the other points gainers today, Hofstede in 15th position. We saw some very good skiing from the likes of Joachim Salaric again, didn't we? Up 13th places. He's done that again 2 days in a row. But Theo Lopez just outside the points from bib number 77. Lindqvist in the points from a very high bib number as well. And that was certainly something we've seen, is that some big movers in the second run. And Marinus Senhofer deserves a mention for moving up 24 places to 19th position. Well, the overall standings, Sandvik at 99 points in front of Aslin now. Simon Ruland has had a good week and he's moved himself up into 3rd position. Oscar Heiner's podium moves him up into 15th overall. Peter Lunda was leading yesterday and couldn't quite finish. He didn't finish today either, so he stays down in 15th position. But a fabulous couple of days of racing in this stunning resort. Overall, Sandvik's moved well, very close, within 94 points of Felix at the top of the ranking at the moment, and he can be incredibly pleased and proud of his week's work. Simon Ruland, because his first win on the European Cup yesterday, backed up with another podium today. Oscar Heiner making waves in his career. He will be over the moon, but so will this man here. He's having a right go at taking everything he can out of this season. The slalom leader, and he's closing in on the overall lead as well. Now time for our interviews with our top 3.
Today was also great. Yeah, yesterday was a perfect day for me. First win in Europa Cup. Today, yeah, also great. I had a tough first run, and I was fighting, yeah, from the half in the first run from the half to the finish, and yeah. But the second run was really good. The fight was worth it, and it was a great day for me. And the sun is here. We are happy with the day.
Okay, and now in German, the same, and explain please if you think that the slope is well prepared by the Baqueirat team.
Heute wieder super Tag, gestern ja, erster Sieg im Europacup, gewaltig. Heute im ersten habe ich ziemlich kämpfen müssen, hat sich gelohnt und ich bin froh heute, dass es so ausgegangen ist, super zweiter Lauf. Bedingungen hier und ist gewaltig, super Piste und ja, haben wir in Spanien haben wir sehr gut gehabt. Ja, danke schön.
Yesterday I made my first top 10 here in European Cup here in Spain. It was a crazy experience, and now today in second place, just happy and overwhelmed.
Okay, can you repeat that in German?
Ja.
Go ahead.
Ich bin gestern in mein erstes Top 10 im Europacup eingefahren da in Spanien in Baqueirat. Bin überglücklich und heute zweiter Platz ist natürlich die Draufgabe. Hätte nie damit gerechnet, ich wusste, dass das Skifahren gut passt, aber ja, einfach überglücklich.
Thank you. Slow.
Oh yeah. No, I like it. I've been training in a similar hill in Kvitfjell my whole life with some rollers, but quite flat. but I never skied on such good conditions in that course. But I think that helps with having a similar course at home. But yeah.
Well, 2 races, 2 podiums. How was your race today? You look really tired. Did you give it all?
I gave it all my all. I had nothing left. When I went into the last flush, I was so tired, and I was just hoping that it didn't turn as much as I looked on the inspection in the last couple of gates. But yeah, so happy that I get through and into the finish.
Okay, and just repeat that. How was the slope? How was your race in Norwegian, please, for
Okay.
Norwegian television?
Ja. Nei, jeg er ekstremt fornøyd. Det er jo fantastisk med familiebakken som ligner veldig på denne her. Ikke akkurat en World Cup-løype, men ja, veldig fornøyd. Glad at jeg greide å dra med meg det jeg har greid for barndommen og jobbet med det. Og jeg var så sliten mot slutten, så jeg trodde jeg skulle kjøre ut kanskje, ja, i hvert fall den siste vertikal.
And last in English. So Europa Cup slalom looks really every time better for you.
Yeah. No, I've been hoping to keep on the good Norwegian spirit in the Slalom European Cup. I think we have 4 in a row. Hoping that I will be the 5th. So no, it's been amazing. Hoping to keep the yellow bib throughout the rest of the season.
Well, the confirmation of our podium, a very happy Oscar Sandvik. Interesting what he was saying about how the hill compared to felt, but also saying that the conditions here are absolutely superb. A brilliant day here, a great couple of days in the beautiful Baqueirat. It's absolutely stunning here, and the racing was just as stunning to match the area that we're in.